musical practice workshop that was a chromatic reharmonization of a melody line in the key of C major. That was C major 6, first inversion with the fifth, with the sixth in the bass, and then I changed the voicing to include the sixth at the top, and then leading to it chromatically. And then the way that happens, each note in my current chord moves a half step into the corresponding note in my target chord. Each note, each voice in my current chord moves a half step in stepwise motion into the corresponding note in my new target chord. Okay, so a chromatic chord leads into a target chord. A target chord contains chord tones, long notes, and tensions, extensions or tensions. Please take a look at this melody. Okay, I think you see it, so we're going to talk about it. Okay, this melody, it is in C. It is in C major, C Ionian mode, and it is how many bars? It is like 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. It is a 4 measure melody line, and in the first measure, I include C major 6. C major 6. And then in the second measure, I include A7 flat 9. So it would sound something like this then. This is A7. This is A7. So A7 flat 9 will sound like something like that's A7, A dominant 7 flat 9. And then in the third bar, I have D minor 7th, which is this, and I got dominant 7th in the same third bar, same third measure. Let's see. And then in the last measure, I have back to A major 6. The melody, if you really take a good look at it, look at it a little, deeply, and you can see that it has chord tones, it has tensions, and also it has scale tone. In a melody, you see, this is what, when you have a melody in front of you and you're going to reharmonize it, you need to analyze the notes in it. You know, because you may have, of course, you're gonna have chord tones, chord notes. You're gonna have scale notes. You're gonna have chromatic notes, and also you're gonna have tensions. Those are extensions of the original tones. So if you look at the if you really if you look at the melody that I just showed you, I put numbers and letters under the notes to represent whether or not they are chord tone, scale tone, and chromatic. So I'm in C major. So the first one is a C. You know, let's see. Let me play the line with you. Okay, let's play into. You know, you saw it. You have it in front of you. So it's gonna be. Okay, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do it. If we can do it in one take. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrong. Let's do it again because I should have played C. I should have played B flat. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the line. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you really analyze this line, this melodic line, you can see that it has C, which is a chord tone, and D, which is a scale tone, diatonic scale tone, and we have E, which is a chord tone, 3, not number. 3, and then we have now I'm talking about the C. In the first bar, you have C6. So what I'm talking about, those notes belongs to the C chord C6. But now when I change to A dominant 7 flat 9 in the fourth beat, you know, I broke down a quarter note into 2/8 notes, so I can anticipate one of them, which is the G over the bar line under A dominant 7 flat 9. Okay, so one thing that we need to remember as musicians, even though you're playing in a specific key, when you change chords, the chord that you're playing is being played in the context of the key it belongs to. So when I move from C6, when I move from C major 6 to A dominant 7 flat 9. Now I'm playing A dominant 7 flat 9 in the context of A major scale. So whatever tensions I add, I'm gonna add to the E dominant 7 flat 9 is gonna be in relation to the uh, to the A major key. It's not, even though I'm playing, I'm using as my main key C major key, C Ionian mode. This is something we need to understand. So if you really look deeply at the melody, I anticipate the G. I anticipate the G, which is under the A dominant 7 flat 9 across the bar line. So that means the three notes like F, the three notes like when you play the F, you see C C D E F. So that F now, since I broke down a quarter note in order to anticipate the G across the bar line, so that F now belongs to the anticipated note with it, which belongs to the new chord A dominant 7 flat 9. So in that case, now see I'm labeling the note. If it is a scale note, I put S. Okay. If it is a chord tone, I just put a number. If it is a tension note, I put T with a number. Okay. If it is a chromatic note, I use CH to label what it is. So if F in the key of A is flat 6, so it's flat 6. That's a scale tone in this case. So it's gonna be 6. It's gonna be S flat 6. Okay, S flat 6. And then of course the next one is G. I am anticipating across the bar line. The G of course is the flat 7 of the in the key of A major. So they got A7 flat 9. Of course flat 9 is gonna be this is A for flat 9 would be B flat. So I got in the first bar I got one chord tone S2 scale tone D, and the 3 I got E. That's a third of the chord the C major triad, and then the next one where I am anticipating G across the bar line that belongs to the A7 flat 9 chord. That F belongs to A now because I'm anticipating that A is a S flat 6 of A, and then I got the G, which is the flat 7 of A, G natural. Then the next one is A. I put chromatic, but it could be 1 as well. But since the reason why I put chromatic, because when I move to the next one is B flat, the next note after it is B flat, so it's A sharp, so it's a chromatic move. Okay, but in the second bar, we only have one chord, right? So when we play B flat in that measure, that's that's uh, that's a sharp that's sharp A. Okay, that's flat 9. Okay, that's flat 9. That's a tension. I don't, yeah, that's a tension. So it's gonna be T flat 9, tension. I use T for tension, T flat 9. And then going to the third bar, I got going to the third measure. I have D minor 7, and the first note is A. Okay, in relation to D, okay, D, I mean A is going to be the fifth, and G is going to be okay. Now you're going to imagine that you're in the key of D major. So D is D. So G is going to be the fourth in the key of D. So that S4, that means scale note 4. You got, remember, you have scale note, scale tone, chord tone, chromatic, and also you have tension, and you have chord tone. Okay, so S in the key, G in the key of D, that's a 4. So S4. Then I got F in the key of D, but that D minor. Okay, that's flat 3. Flat 3. Then I have E. Remember, I'm still using the D minor 7th, chord. So the F will be flat 3, and the E after that will be okay. Now there's a different story now, because now as you can see in the third bar, there's a tie between the E and the between two E's. Okay, there's a tie between two E's. Okay, but what happened here in the second E of the tie, I have G dominant 7th. That means I am anticipating the E of G. Okay, in the key of G major, E is the 6th note, or 13. So right here we have tension 13. Look at the third bar. Look at the third measure, where it says I got E and tie with another E. On top of that E, you have a G dominant 7th, and that note is on the beat. That E is on the second E is on the beat. So I am anticipating it. Okay, then that means it belongs to the G now, to the G dominant 7. So now it's 6 in the key of G. So now I have tension 13, T13. Then the next one still because I'm still now I'm using G dominant 7. Now the next note is E. That's the fifth in the of the G. That's the fifth of the G dominant 7th, and then back to 1 in the G, back to 1 of the C major 6. So it is okay. We can play the line again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I touched that B. Let's go back. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we, those chords that I used over the measures, those are those are, you know, only one, two, three, four, five chords. But what I'm going to do in the next video, I am going to harmonize on each note of this melody. Okay, so the chords are going to be played according to whether the melody note I am harmonizing is a chord tone or a scale tone or a tension or a chromatic tone. That's how I am going to reharmonize this melody line next time in my next YouTube video. We will do it together, you know, because we as musicians, we need to know how, when you have, okay, diatonically, it's easy, it's kind of easy to harmonize the diatonic notes, okay, because there's a system for it in the diatonic system, okay, the diatonic system. Okay, you use that, you use the rules, you know, in order to harmonize the chords. You can you can use the circle of fifths in order for you to as a guide for you to harmonize the diatonic on the diatonic notes in in a melody. But this the chromatic notes, they will those take a special handling, you know, to be to be reharmonized. Okay, because they are not diatonic to the key, to the major key you're using, or whatever key. It could be minor. So this line that I just played, my next video is to try to harmonize, you know, all those different notes, tones, chord tones, chromatic tones, scale tones, whatever it is, tension. We're going to try to harmonize them together. Okay, now let's see if we can play those chords that I wrote over the measures.